unplug one to listen to the audio in the other.
That's true. That's a bit harder to do with like an actual headset.
Right, exactly. Because then you got to unplug it, but you don't want to have the audio echoing, and it's just a whole rigmarole.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
We're here to actually finish the case one, probably.
I forgot that you have a Spinda dancing in front of a bunch of Spindas for your hosting notification. It's good. Oh, I need to also pull up your stream computer.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, we came very, very close to finishing case one last time.
Very close.
So, music remains on. All right, time to see where exactly we were.
Ah, wow, we were literally like in the middle of a musical jam too.
A little bit.
I'm actually gonna pull up history real quick.
Yeah, let's refresher. Previously on this stream.
I shouldn't. Probably.
Oh, right, the last thing that happened was Hosonaga let us know that he had...
Jesus, I'm so sorry. I hope that wasn't picked up. It was probably picked up on the mic.
I heard like a little bit of something, but it probably...
Yeah, that would...
That said, Discord probably cuts it out. Cut out whatever it was your stream, probably heard the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're professional right now.
Absolutely professional right now.
So professional.
Yeah.
Alright, so the last thing that happened was Inspector Hosonaga, the head waiter slash...
Detective.
I was trying to remember what the Federal Bureau was in Japan.
He's basically the police chief.
Yes, he's an FBI agent is what he is.
I don't know that you could quite call him the police chief, but yeah.
Yeah,
he's whatever.
He's a federal agent of some kind. But he revealed that he had taken both stakes.
Yes. Yep.
So the one stake that he just, I guess, has in his apartment somewhere that he's just been storing because he just takes stuff from the scene.
Yeah, some might call him a crime scene thief or whatever. Crime sneak thief? I don't remember what it was.
A sneaky boy thief.
We will be significantly more sober for this.
Knock on wood.
I mean, I'm drinking a little bit, but I'm absolutely not going to be doing as much as I did last time.
Yeah.
Yep. So he should still have the stake that actually belonged to Miss Brett that we wouldn't know.
But yeah, because his argument when we were like, there's no blood on this, there should be blood on this. He's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. This is the one that was at that table. So we're figuring out that they got swapped.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's the coin there. Oh, you have to pick the girl up because she's sitting on your headphones. Almost. Come on.
She's choosing to tangle herself up in the cable.
There we go. Nope. Almost, Modi. Almost.
I wish I had webcam for this.
Oh
all right,
God.
one leg through. Other leg is not through.
Modi, what have you done?
No, we're good. Oh, thank God there was no camera for that. That was a sad play of trying to untangle a cat from her own, like, hubris.
I was just holding up a limp cat while Caroline was struggling to get, like, cable.
Oh, dear.
Cats are God's gift to this earth.
Yes.
There's something on this earth. Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, and she's like, what could a cold slab of meat possibly have to do with this case? She doesn't
She's
want
unaware
the
that.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she just has her mask that way, but it looks like she's trying to like chew it. Actually, wait, is she chewing it off?
Yeah, I think she's biting and just pulling.
Pulling, because it's stretching a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem to be what's happening. Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be any examples of animations that are like a little bit oversold in HD, but that's because they were on a smaller screen to begin with.
Right.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
sorry, oversold in like
What was
its
this
resolution.
What was this game? What were these games originally on before the?
3DS. So
3DS?
it was that weird like.
Got it.
It was somewhere between 480 and 720
Right.
because
Right.
the
yeah.
DS had a weird, or the 3DS
Yeah.
had a weird
Yeah.
resolution.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. I beg your pardon. Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the stick ban promises to prove such a problem for you. No? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. What is that? The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Tisk thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest.
Actually, this doesn't explain why he's right in front of the meat, though.
No, because yeah, he's still right me. Like.
Not at all, actually.
I believe the defendant's memory serves him well.
Hey,
Even if he
check
does
out the
ignore
steak,
certain...
Bang.
What?
Just imagine she's like, check out the steak, bang.
And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett.
Oh yeah, I was the judge, wasn't
Yeah.
I?
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for keeping you.
Yeah, there's the blood.
Here is the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it.
Well, well, well.
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me.
In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san, I guess, to have shot the victim.
Oh, they just turned him around post-mortem to make
Yes.
it look like you did it.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously. Ah!
It can't be.
In fact, there's only one person who possibly could have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you.
Oh, is she alone now?
Did this one just die?
No. Done by a Japanese schoolboy. No, no, no! hate how she just says by a Japanese.
Yeah. The swan is pissed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! What the?
It didn't let. I feel like a little duckling.
Yeah,
Yay!
no, yeah, little chicks or something, yeah. Ah!
Aww.
Oh
my god. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god.
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure.
Briefly and Little are doing some real heavy lifting there.
My guess is that the swan is actually in control and she's not a real person.
It's just the Ratatouille situation.
Definitely is. Well, here's the thing. You realize now that the bow that's on her chin is the same color as the strap that's on top of the swan's body.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she flew up. She's literally tethered to this thing.
She's strapped to a
tied
swan.
to it, yeah.
What if they did Ratatouille instead of being a chef, it was more of like a John Wick situation?
Oh my god. Yes.
Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Sorry, I was moving my microphone.
Your microphone.
Yep. Gladly, Your Excellency. So I don't feel like I need to, like, lean over so much. It was I who took the professor's life, using curare.
Who set the plate?
As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone. And leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor. Meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. Made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. I plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
Are you having fun interrogating yourself?
Oh yeah, it's great. especially swinging in between these voices. Yeah. I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. Decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag. And my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Under your skirt?
Don't get any ideas!
I just want to screenshot this specific.
Yes.
So I was right. There were 2 guns.
Yes.
I like that in swirly font, just a much deeper voice.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Place where you were sure that I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang! I'm sure that wasn't actually meant for her to say, but...
But yeah, and also, this is an instance of Ryunosuke's power of observation actually working to his disadvantage. If he hadn't seen that gun, this spur of the moment plan, like...
That's true. That's true.
I mean, if I saw a professor sitting at a table, and then I went back and I saw, oh, there's a gun lying on the ground next to them, would I pick up the gun? Oh, no.
No.
I might say, oh, sir, you dropped your gun. I didn't even know you had a gun.
I also just like the trusting that Ryunosuke is not the kind of person who would, like, pick up the gun, hear the gunshot, immediately whip around with the gun. I'm going to pin the crime on them, and first thing I'll do is give them a gun.
Yeah.
He definitely
Wait,
would
shot
shoot
the
me.
professor, man.
I just picture, like, there's a moment when the gunshot goes off where he doesn't turn around, but he just looks at his own hand to make sure it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Even though at that point, he was already dead.
Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Oh, there is someone else up here. So-
Obviously. I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
I stuffed him in that pantry like a loser.
I also took his
Like the
lunch
little
money.
nerd he is. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around.
There we fucking go, Jesus.
Yeah, so she intentionally placed the stake there to make it look like he was dying alone, and then she turned him around when the coast was clear.
Yeah, because she suddenly realized her little tiny gun didn't do the job.
Because, of course, you need to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
Sure, Jan, misdemeanor.
Don't know if that quite covers it, but yeah.
And you know,
Hmm?
she's not going to get any punishment. All this trial is for is to prove Ryunosuke's innocent. All they're going to do is like, okay, Ryunosuke, you're innocent. Okay, Miss Brett, we're not going to file any charges against you because
Yeah.
of this treaty.
Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder... Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
I don't like that phrasing.
Thank
You
you.
used to call me on my cell phone.
Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
Alright, barrel hair lady. I'll never see you again.
What if this one is her hair? Did she she's dead? She died earlier when she ascended, and that was her ghost left behind.
Yep.
It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement.
This can't be. Takasushi Ouchie does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You better start getting used to tough opposition.
There was only like 3 lawyers before, and I knew all their tricks. I can't have this. Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchie family name will never be forgotten. All of your protege will know my name.
Do you mean progeny, sir?
Yes. Don't correct the Ouchie family.
I know what I said. You've become conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new.
Now I'm going to kill you.
EA slash! It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. He moved to the side.
Boomer.
Ah, damn. His hair.
That's disrespectful.
1,000 millennia may pass and still the Ouchie clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan.
Alright. I see you, Gabe.
How could you possibly know that, Kazuma?
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Oh, it's also me. Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. Christianity, not so much.
Oh my god.
I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice.
Why do you keep saying it like that, Judge?
Saying what?
Never mind. Continue, Your Excellency, please.
Of course, a new future of law and science awaits. But what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asumi.
I forgot that was his name. Yes?
After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery, the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed on you.
I understand, Your Excellency.
What was that about? Why do you look all so brave all of a sudden?
I don't remember what the mission is. Never mind.
As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo,
Oh, yes?
in you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
It's time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Where are those Rose petals coming from?
How'd she still in the same pose for her?
I was gonna say he is shocked. He is shook.
I think he's dead.
that top knot was his
He
soul.
is dead.
The top knot. When you removed the top knot, he lost his soul.
The soul is stored in the top knot.
This court is now adjourned.
We did it!
Yeah.
Got there.
22nd of November. Is that the same day? I don't remember. It must be.
I don't remember the date.
It must be the
day
same day.
hasn't changed. I think we've just gone
Yeah.
from like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
to 2:46 or so.
Wow.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial all by myself. No help.
No help.
Rinosuke! You finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Was this professor guy again?
I feel like this is gonna be the professor guy again, so I'll do a good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
Nope. It's
No!
his daughter. It's his daughter.
Oh my god.
I knew
Well,
it had to be one of those two.
Alright.
Uh,
Either I commit to that and do that for her for the rest of this time,
Oh,
or this is an
Christ.
opportunity to pretend like that didn't happen and just change it up.
Do whatever you want.
We can't control you.
You're your own
It is.
person.
It is what you think you are capable of doing with your voice. Because she will be here for a long time.
I know, and that's why part of me wants to give her my Vera voice.
I just give her the Valley Girl.
Yeah. Look, I'm just saying.
I mean, I won't stop you.
Again, can't control you.
All right, I'm going Vera with it.
Alrighty.
Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Wow, this suddenly feels like a 4Kids dub from the early 2000s.
Yes. It helps that we've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 4Kids dub recently.
I trust the judicial... I don't know why I had trouble with that. Judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't do anything. Oh!
Thank you so much! Shut up! Thank you so much!
Shut up, it was all you!
Oh god, why are you yelling at me?
If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
You would have been found guilty.
You would have been found guilty. But honestly, your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
Your father? He sounds like a great man, and nothing bad's gonna happen to him. Ah, yes, of course.
Just like nothing bad's gonna happen to me.
Like, forgive me for intruding on court proceedings or whatever, Your Excellency. Susato Mikatoba, a judicial assistant to the defense.
This is incredible.
Thanks, I hate it. Speaking of Mikotoba,
Here he is, probably, actually.
Alright, you go, Phil. You go
Me?
for it.
Okay. Oh, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, You did an excellent job.
Are you, like, chewing on marbles again, Dad?
Don't worry about it. It helps me focus.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend.
Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it?
Don't remind me. I regret it every day since he died. Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably that's when you met Dr. Wilson?
And then you guys got matching mustaches.
Exactly. In those days we worked together in the same hospital.
Oh, you work together?
Never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asagi.
You work in the hospital? What? What?
I didn't think that was why I was going abroad. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law.
I might dispute at least one of those, but...
Watch and learn, boy. My boy. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this. The spirit of the Asogi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Of course I am.
Why wouldn't I?
A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. I hold it up to the sky and a light shines ahead, like in Shadow of the Colossus. Cuts down anything that's in my way.
Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
That reminds me. What's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Oh yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all.
She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
So she can murder other people.
What? Shanghai?
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that.
What? But why not?
Oh, a new person!
It's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Oh, this guy.
Ah, okay.
Inspector Hosonaga.
It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must...
But what's all this about consular jurisdiction?
I don't know what either of those words mean.
Oh boy. We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan.
What? We can't try her? Why can't we at least try? Then who? Who's gonna bring her to justice?
Or at least try to bring her to justice.
No, we can't try in Japan.
A British consular court will hear her case. Somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard.
Why a consular court?
Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this not is a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments. They can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student. That doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it.
So her being vindictive was just a game to her. That's it.
I mean, she clearly doesn't seem to see most of the people here as fully being people.
Yeah, I know, but still. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committed murder very seriously.
But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change.
Honestly, the fact that it was a British man who died, she might get some
Yeah,
justice.
yeah, exactly.
Like, if it was a Japanese student, absolutely not.
Oh,
A
no.
Japanese professor, no.
Yeah,
but
no
it
way.
was a British man, so...
This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
Professor, I had enough last time.
Oh no, you're not getting me again, old man. You're right, this is no time for gloomy faces. I know it's kind of a thing that has to happen with the way the model, like, this art style is set up, but whenever he changes position and the line on his nose switches side, it really throws me off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, what turns me off is when they cant themselves like 10 degrees to face each other. And they
Right.
just sort of like, because they stop their animation, and then they also slowly turn as if they're on a dolly.
Yeah, like they're on a lazy Susan and they just kind of turn the lazy Susan to face each other.
We should be celebrating Rinosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun.
In that case, might I suggest Le Carnival?
No!
Even though I haven't disclosed the reason why I'm investigating there. But as the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink, provided you still pay.
You're a detective, Osanaga-san, aren't you?
I don't get paid very well as a detective. But let's not worry about the details for now. To Le Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor?
Of course. Le Carnival's food is second to none. And what are the chances of two professors getting shot in that place?
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I guess I won't have any fun. It's fine.
I hate fun.
You know?
There's that song about girls just wanting to have it, and you know what?
It's not like those other girls in that song. Want to have fun.
Specifically those girls.
Specifically those girls. I'm sure I'm like other girls somewhere in the world.
So, Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Kazuma,
Yes, Rinosuke?
keep your nose still for a second. Say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Every bit of it. Even the research.
Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not so sure about that.
I bet you'll be the best Japanese student under the age of 30 wearing a headband to be a lawyer.
That's a lot of qualifiers, Rinosuke, but I appreciate the sentiment. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. Someone was kicking me in the shins. Couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me.
What? Come on, be serious.
If I helped you today, it's only right at the very start of the trial. I'm gonna just downplay everything I've done, but you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer, I mean.
Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again. Certainly not 4 to 5 times a game. I did what you told me to, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you.
That's the point.
Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point?
Listen, Rinosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? What the most crucial weapon is? I said that really
I feel like
weird.
There's a comma there.
Knowledge of the law?
Man,
A
trying
sword
to
with the Japanese man's soul in it?
trying to get a perfect line read on the first try is hard.
Yeah.
No, the ability to believe.
To believe? To believe what?
In the heart of the cards.
In my sword. That's the weapon I'm talking about. A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it.
I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. You have to make a choice about what to believe in and to stick to it when you're defending someone.
Or some actual superhuman abilities to detect when someone's heartbeat is changing, or like a fancy robot machine that lets you know when someone's heartbeat is changing. I'll have some of those.
The only
There's
superhuman ability you might have is your observation. But even that
I
seems to have
have
some
no
flaws.
superhuman abilities. Ignore my headband. for a
Ignore my headband that's always flowing in the wind. Sometimes in the courtroom you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, it's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person.
Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience. But you never stopped believing in me.
Well,
You face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
There's something I want to ask you, actually, Rinosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me.
It sounds serious. They gave you a unique animation for it, too. What is...
Ah, you're still here, are you?
And you still haven't wiped your blood off your face.
Inspector
Mind your
Oshada?
business. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go.
Thank you. We'll be right there.
I hope I didn't interrupt anything important.
Let's pick up this conversation again later. I'll definitely still be alive to tell you. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory.
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Yes, that too.
Be a shame if someone else had to go to Great Britain.
Sure would be.
And so my very first trial came to an end. Hazuma. Professor Mikotova. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Why do I keep emphasizing that she's my assistant? Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still.
What are you talking about? He stole all that shit that we used to defend ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I won't stand for this Hosonaga erasure.
It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. Hosonaga is absolutely getting fired from his job.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
He is a permanent waiter now.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
his only job is gonna be waiter.
You know what? That's probably why he was being real cagey, where it's like, you're an inspector, aren't you? Yes. So we're just going to the restaurant. Like, pay for that, right?
Oh my god, yeah. What if he's not even actually a detective right now? An inspector, whatever.
I got fired months ago because I just couldn't stop waiting tables. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life.
Oh shit. And that's the end of the game, everybody.
Bye.
We did it. We beat it. Great Ace Attorney.
We did it. I feel like we got out of hand with multiple save states, because,
Episode 2.
The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Oh, sweet. We can read the names of the different,
The Adventure of the Great Departure? Is that the first one
That's what we just did.
Huh.
Yep. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
Kokoro?
Kokoro?
Isn't that Heart? Am I misremembering that? Is that something else? I think...
No, I think you're right.
Isn't that Japanese for heart?
I think you are right.
Is that a Poe reference? The Telltale Heart?
Maybe.
Why
I
would
don't
there
know.
be a Poe reference in here?
Who knows? Who knows? The Hound of the Baskervilles!
I love the Hound of the Baskervilles so much. It is my favorite Sherlock Holmes story.
I need to actually read it at some point.
Oh, it's so good.
I just know about the adaptations of it. I've never actually read it myself.
I think I've watched like a majority of the adaptations of the Hounds of Baskerville too.
Unbreakable Speckled Band! Big ship.
In a corner of that small, dark room,
Voice
Sholmes
acting,
and
very
I
best.
waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
Attacking the
"Lucius
darkness.
Wilson," he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Well, they gave it away right at the start. It's a snake.
Snake.
The snake was the killer all
We just
along.
gotta find the snake.
How did the snake fire the gun, though?
Oh.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
Russian?
Almost certainly with the ink from this.
Kind of looks like it.
Oh, real intelligent there, Sherlock.
So the victim was a Russian man then, and the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
What the fuck?
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What?
Don't be absurd. This is murder. An in-cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you? And where have you come from?
Oh, that's because
I'm a great British
that's
consultant detective, the only one in
Susanna?
the world.
fucking yeah.
Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
My head is throbbing.
Hangover?
What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait, I can't move.
But
What the? Why am I in handcuffs?
Are you getting framed for murder again?
Did I get stuffed into a locker again?
Again? What
is
a
it is
nerd.
is every trial gonna be being tried for murder?
No?
10 men were killed in across several hours span, and then right by the body of the last one, I was found stuffed into a locker, so they arrested me.
Yep.
Wow.
So you wake up now, Let's
Alright.
see who it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Sholmes. We should probably decide who's going to be Sholmes. Oh,
no,
no,
it's
it's
this
this
guy.
guy.
Russian sailor man.
Alright, Phil, you go for it.
We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man.
You... You found me then.
Duh. We found you. And now you pay. Criminal. Why is this spelled with a K? How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe,
Sorry.
Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is,
No, I'll tell you everything.
There's only one thing I'd like to know from you.
Isn't that?
Ah.
Yeah, it's... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life?
Miss Susato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma?
Ha! You pretend you do not know. You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses.
What?
Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside.
His body?
Please. Do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep.
Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs, surely you don't think that I...
Have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please.
No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? You won't get in trouble.
Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study?
It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, I still can't quite believe that. Really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk.
Oh my god, him being able to be stuffed into things is actually a plot point.
Oh my god.
Must be even less of a man than you look.
Wow, rude.
Hey! Honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body.
Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you.
I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway.
Especially not one who murders the person he's stowing away with. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure.
What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady?
From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean?
From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away.
No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this.
I suppose so.
Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin.
I think we call them flight attendants.
I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze!
Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it.
Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper?
What?
I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside.
I don't know. And then 2 weeks later, he finally let me out of the wardrobe.
I've been unconscious in the wardrobe for 15 days.
We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England, together.
We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer.
No, I'm not a murderer.
You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes.
No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend?
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth.
Zato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know.
Very well. But there's something I would like to ask of you, too.
Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me.
Yeah.
This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This is just a bad dream? And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer?
When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside.
It kinda looks like Naruhodo is gonna start just like punching people or equipping a shotgun.
Yeah.
A little target comes up to the center, the crosshair comes up to the center of the screen.
Yeah.
An HP bar appears above Makoto.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
Or, to put it another way, the culprit could only have been somebody inside this
What about
cabin.
what about that thing above the wardrobe? What's that?
Yeah, I know, it's literally a fucking vent, like, right there.
What about that, Suzanne?
Or, do you have some other explanation?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
vent.
could you just look up, like, turn around.
Some kind of
to your left?
vent-based explanation.
Like, I know people in video games don't look up ever, but...
It's impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly?
Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances?
Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me.
The cause of death is, like, still undetermined.
They don't know how he died?
The ship's doctor is examining his body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call.
So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then.
That's true, yes.
Poison again.
Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma?
Presumably, that's something, you know, you
Now,
know the answer to better than anyone.
Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yes, I was, but...
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning, and I like to watch. He was very sexy. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage, because, you know, he's a hunk of a man. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't.
Which isn't normal for that hunk of a man.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I wonder? It wasn't a
I wonder.
I knocked, but there was no reply. So then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewmen forced the cabin doors open, and when we managed to get inside, There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. I didn't even know he could write in Russian.
A man of many talents.
And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I'm gonna try that one more time. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow.
I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe.
This is all very hard to believe for me too. Trust me.
Now, I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question.
Yes, alright. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing. It's still throbbing like anything.
Yeah, it's a phrase, like it's throbbing like anything.
I've never heard that before.
Huh. Yeah, it does feel kind of an awkward phrasing, but sure.
Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? Was this like premeditated or something? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you?
Why did you wait 2 weeks to kill him?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. I did kill him 2 weeks later. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time.
I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No. Oh, that was we did an animation, so I didn't, realize.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
No, she just reacts because I shout.
Yeah, it's like, no!
No,
Yeah,
no! That would have been impossible, obviously. Idiot. Obviously.
Baka.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Kazuma invited me to his cabin, alone, for 2 weeks.
You're just making aggressive eye contact.
He wanted us to go to England together.
He actually asked you, and you're not his type. But why?
I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself.
I don't understand. Like, no offense, but you're like a 6 or a 7, and he's like a straight 11.
Well, you see, you're half right. He is an 11.
The straight part. I have some evidence otherwise.
What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you?
It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself?
Yes, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious.
I'm always serious!
Are you kidnapping me and taking me to England so I can become a lawyer? Against
Obviously.
my will?
Why is there a bone on that plate that's like got a little chef hat on it?
Oh, well, no, that's like one of those things you put on the ends of like a
The
turkey leg or something.
Take those off.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's the murder weapon.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he was
clearly.
eating it with a knife and fork, it looks like.
Yep. Well, except the knife and fork look very clean, although it's kind of hard to tell from here.
There's no blood splatter on there.
There's
should
no
be
blood splatter. There's no hints. What do we
How
do?
do I know someone's eating this without a gunshot splatter somewhere on the plate?
Yeah.
I don't see a burn mark anywhere.
You
Wait,
have
have
a
you had
talent for
oral surgery recently, Cosma?
it. Oh god. Cosma, You can never go to the dentist. Who knows what could happen afterwards?
Mhm.
You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that.
But I've never really thought of becoming a lawyer.
Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. After I kidnap you to make you into a lawyer. London is at the spearhead of cultural development. The center of the world in many ways. You'll fucking die at the dentist. Yes, exactly. Can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Well, no, definitely not.
But on a personal level. If you were to become a lawyer, then...
Then what?
Well, nothing. Forget it.
Eh?
Then I would have
That's
no reason
so
to continue living.
Kazuma-sama is... He was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. And not with me. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't care at all.
Assuredly, that's what happened. Is the little like I'm just now noticing this like mint color to the
To what?
Inner part of her.
well, it's just like a white inner part of the yukata, but there's like also like a little mint. I think it might
Oh,
just be
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but yes.
like a liner kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's something that's still bothering me a little.
Yeah, just kind of weird that that color isn't anywhere else on the outfit, I guess, but...
There is. It's just underneath her obi belt.
Look in his eyes then. It was darker than I'd ever seen it before.
Could have been the bad lighting, though.
Susato-san. I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean.
If I know Kazuma-sama, and I do, I expect he's trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association.
That's exactly right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Word perfect, in fact.
Yeah.
I know him better than you do.
Yeah. I'm his real best friend.
Were you, like, outside the door listening?
No.
Are you always outside the door?
What? No.
Not always.
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
How dirty do you want me to get? The thing is, I don't really remember.
A likely story.
Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. I bent over, just like I always do. And after that, I...
Fell asleep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, after a bit.
Oh. Interesting. I'm starting to think his meal was poison. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yes. You seem like you don't buy it.
Why?
I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. Maybe I could have watched him get killed, held up the murder weapon for a few seconds all confused, and let the guy get away. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything.
Are you sure?
That's gotta be relevant.
Kazuma's dead?
That head throbbing has to be relevant.
Like, are we actually sure Kazuma is dead? People check for vitals? Because it's possible he's
I mean,
still
they confirmed
passed
that the
out.
guy that was checking doesn't know how to perform autopsies, so who knows?
And there's no outward signs that he's actually dead.
Yeah,
Like,
it's possible he's just like in a really deep sleep or something.
You know?
You just forgot how to breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
Breathe is hard.
Well, I'm just saying. Really?
He's just in a coma that's so deep, none of his vitals are working.
Yes, exactly.
He's become a vegetable. Very tasty. Put olive oil on him and put him in the oven. Is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's... Please, just forget it.
Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it.
I really don't want to, like, doubt you.
Kazuma garlic bread.
But the trouble is there's, like, really no one else who could possibly have done this. I don't see, like, any vents in here.
There's no vents or anything. It's only the door.
It was the tape gremlin who left all this tape on the floor.
Yeah, it's me,
Awesome.
the tape gremlin.
Oh, shit. I thought they couldn't get you in open water.
Also, the only thing I really know about this game is that this is one of the types of Sherlock Holmes stories in which Watson's the actual brains and Sherlock is just
Right,
the
yes.
face behind it. So
Yeah.
I very much
That's
believe,
the outward appearance at least.
right? So did you notice that Sherlock Holmes really was like, this writing, I think he used this spilt ink over there. And it's like, oh, yes? And it's all very obvious stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
so it's just like he's mucking everything up because he's not actually a competent detective who can look up to that massive human-sized vent in the room.
Yeah. No.
There's
I mean,
no other
he
way.
was definitely relying on like his tools a lot as well. It felt like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I mean, you know, you got useful tools, you use them, but
But still.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this.
Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen.
I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen.
my hands cuffed.
Well, what do you propose to do then?
I'm going to investigate. I'm gonna find out exactly what happened here. I'm gonna work out who took Kazuma-san, I'd add honorifics, Kazuma's life, and how they did it and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me.
Yeah, no, you're the true friend there. You don't need to add honorifics.
I just karate chopped. Yeah. Actually, I don't know what she did. But
I think she flipped you.
Yeah, I think
Did something.
she did something.
What the?
That was the trademark Susato takedown.
A Susato what? What martial art form is that?
It's a trademark kind.
It's from my art form.
I'm gonna need you to, like, prove it.
Sorry? Prove it?
Yeah, your innocence. I need evidence, please.
But how am I supposed to...
Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law.
I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. I am a university student.
I am from Yume University!
Yes!
That's a good point. So then I'm not sure that the Russian crew could actually read it. That's a fair point.
I mean, yeah, no.
I like to think that Sholmes could read it and just didn't.
Well, here's the other thing too. It was taped on the outside.
Yep.
He can't tape that on it himself.
No, he
Like,
cannot.
like-
That's the point I'm making right now.
Sherlock Holmes, you absolute dense mofo.
I just think it would be really funny if he knew all these languages, but he just didn't read Keep Out. He's just like, hey, look, there's a fucking piece of paper.
Yoink.
I guess this is what the Japanese do.
Yeah.
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors?
You're presenting this evidence while still upside down. On the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was. I remember it clearly.
I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I was to sleep there. And just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. Clearly, we should have written in Russian.
Yeah.
So naturally, he did the same last night as well.
Yeah, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign off the wardrobe doors before he opened them. Oh my god, such a silly mistake.
But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own.
Yeah, that's quite true.
I mean, you could have stuck it on the outside and then climbed inside, I guess.
But it was on, like, the crack. It wasn't on one of the doors.
I guess, yeah.
In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma.
Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor.
I like to think that he's just craned his neck upward and like upside down.
Yep.
Just to get to the test level.
Oh, yeah.
I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. You're like an 8 from this angle.
Thank you, Suzawa-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up?
No.
No, I like you better this way.
Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see why I have any. I can read a line that's there.
Yeah,
I don't
me
see
too.
any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least.
Thank you. So you finally believe me?
I'm sorry. No.
What?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back into position.
What does she think I am? A magician?
Yeah, you're a magician, just like I'm telepathic.
How did you know I was going to college to study to be a magician?
How'd you know that was my major?
Wait, that is actually... Wait, what's his major?
We don't know.
We don't know. I'm guessing art, but that's just my guess.
Oh, art. That was what the guess was.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because Phoenix Wright was art, right?
Yes, and they didn't specifically say what it was, but he's always made kind of dismissive comments of paintings and things, so I assume he was a theater kid. He seems like a theater kid.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you
For
know
now-
what? That tracks, yeah.
I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here.
Actually, do we want to take a quick break here?
Sure, yeah. That works for me,
This
yeah.
is a good pausing point.
Yes.
Def a stage crew kid.
Stage crew. Oh God.
Oh, boy.
We need to make our pause scene in here.
Yes, we do. I was just thinking about that, and then I didn't do it.
All right.
All right, be back in a sec.
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
I want you to know that I made the most rudimentary pause screen because it was bothering me that there was no actual
Oh, I see.
pause screen.
right, yeah.
Honestly, it was... Is it better than just leaving the game running to have a big blown up pixelated pause on the screen?
Well, no, but I thought it would be funnier.
I mean, without a webcam, it's probably best to have something up there.
Right.
Even if it's just something that says like BRB or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't know if you need to obscure the whole screen for it, but I mean that's up to personal preference. I really liked the idea of like having a rotating zombie for.
Yeah,
for when
I
was
have
away,
one that because I haven't streamed in a hot minute on my own channel. That's just my face eating, not actually my face, a drawing of my face eating a banana. I don't know why. I was like, yeah, this is for taking a break. You go, you eat a snack, and so it's just.
I mean, that works. I feel like that gets the point across.
You know. So that's that.
Isn't that a graphic from a presentation you made at one point that you just decided?
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. I had made a graphic for a presentation on reducing personal pollution, and
that included a still of you eating a banana.
And that included an illustration of me eating a banana because I think it was talking about it was talking about eating fruits and vegetables that are within season and locally sourced.
I see. Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway. Resuming.
Anyhow.
I'll do the same.
Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san.
Please, don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh.
I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
I would love if his major was related to that somehow.
It would be so good.
Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death.
Converse, examine, move, present. So many options. Oh, hey, Russian guy.
Oh, he just appeared.
You were there. Look at that giant sword.
Just. That's like. I know forced perspective and all that, but.
Perhaps I should see what this either very small Russian crewman.
Nah, because of the height of the door, that seems correct.
Just a very large sword.
Well, no, the thing is, like, it's on the same plane as, like, the body outline. So even then, it still feels kind of large.
It's still pretty big. He just had a really big sword.
Probably it's just so that you notice it more easily.
Excuse me.
What?
I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. How's it hanging?
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Forgive me if I do not laugh.
It wasn't supposed to be a joke.
He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty.
Might have used for information, though. I have to keep trying. So, the game last night. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Yes, there was a red card when there really was no right to be, but otherwise...
What is the ref seeing?
Yet, of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent! Huh. I say no more to you. Good day, sir.
Did I hit a nerve? You know, you have such a detailed model, I feel like they could have given you a name.
He does have a name, you just can't read it. Look, he's got a name tag right there.
Yeah.
Just for a minute, he seemed a little flustered.
It's clearly an initial and then like a 3-letter last name.
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san?
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused. I forget to look around properly.
Yes, that's not good.
Game mechanic?
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, is that...
their way of saying...
Don't forget, you can turn your camera a little bit.
You can move your head. Did you know? Like, your whole head can swivel back and forth. It's wild.
Even if you don't want to move your whole head, you can move your eyes like a little bit to side to side.
You know?
I just get so focused. I lock my head forward and I don't move my eyes at all.
I sometimes forget I'm on this little, like, lazy Susan to turn myself around. Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin.
Lazy Susan just moves directly forward like it's a Roomba. Yes, let's do that.
That really got me.
I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now.
I like to think it wouldn't tell you to do that if you started with something that's not in this corner. Like,
except I think it was in this perspective to begin with, and I went like this.
No, it was this perspective, and then you.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing the
way,
arrows on the
back.
sides even. I wonder if you were even able to do that before.
He did. He went one way and then the other way.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, no, I did it before she told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize then.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Except
But
the
apparently
afterlife,
he
I
can't-
guess.
Yeah. He can't really defend himself with it, though. It's bad.
Reminds
He
you
was
of the
always
Roomba with the
saying
knife.
that a Japanese... Sorry. He was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
Yes.
You think his soul is trapped in that katana?
He's still
If he
alive.
break it, will he
If
become
we-
alive?
There's
I think that was
there's,
my line, actually.
there's probably some way we can revive him with the sword.
Yeah, stab his body with the katana
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah,
his
yeah,
soul
yeah.
enter back in.
yeah.
Don't get on his bad side.
What was the Suicide Squad line?
Oh, that's katana. Her sword traps the soul's ball that it kills.
Don't get on her bad side.
Don't get on her bad side.
Was that? I guess was that the original Suicide Squad movie?
Yeah. The bad one.
Yeah, because I didn't think Katana was in the new one.
Yeah, no.
She was barely in the old one.
Also, yes, I did 100%
Well, I didn't see it,
read
so.
your line. I apologize.
Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was Ryunosuke that time.
I know, right? I just went for it. I was so.
I was so convinced by your performance.
Thank you. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. Do you think the government wanted to kill him? And that's why they wouldn't let him bring his katana? Oh my god.
I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet.
I better keep this sword
Fuck,
handy.
Except the sword.
Yeah. I mean, you're just gonna carry the sword around now. Obviously.
Turkey leg. That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty.
That's a big chicken leg.
Yeah, it was really delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I love her little like head tilt. Like what?
like her head tilt of disappointment.
Really? You ate it on the floor?
I'll be honest, your performance is adding a lot more, like, personality to the lines. I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
I mean, we are on a
I pause on it.
Stop.
I just can't shake this feeling.
Oh my god.
Not a dog.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Yeah.
Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? Unforgivable. It's just too horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach.
I have some theories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does the knife count as part of the chicken leg?
Yes. There's a knife on the floor. Ignore it. I guess actually you can ignore all murder weapons because there's no stab wound.
That's true. That's true.
What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware.
Oh, I was thinking it was like half of a bell.
Yeah.
It does look like a bell.
That's the Taco Bell. That's.
Don't. I bet Cosmo really wishes that before he died, it had a Doritos logo.
Okay, I'm just suddenly getting really bothered by the fact that the image and the 3D space there are so different.
Yeah, no, they don't match up.
Like at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little
not
bit.
even a little.
We'll just pretend that everything shifted a bunch, including the shape of the mark on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, the mark, I mean, maybe it's supposed to be perspective. It looks wider from this angle, but it's... The piece should be larger. The piece on it should be larger, if that were the case.
Yeah. Whatever that thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
Glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Nutsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma.
You don't know him like that.
He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he?
He would have boldly carried it around.
And the mark beside it, is it, I wonder? It has sort of like brick-like hue.
Does it?
Yes, you're right. It's the color of brick, isn't it? Brick color.
Is it?
The universal brick.
A little sanguine-y. Does sanguine like mean something? Blood.
I don't see any bricks anywhere here in the cabin.
Huh.
It look. Huh. The rules of passage.
So these are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria.
Buria.
It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly
You
forbidden.
dog. He broke both of those rules.
Ah. I just looked it up real quick. Buria means storm in Russian. So this is the SS Storm.
Heck yeah.
What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of like a dangerous object or a pet?
The second one, unquestionably.
There are only two genders, you decide.
What is your gender? Dangerous object or pet?
I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here.
Wow.
I love her side sass there. Like, you're not supposed to be here, so does that make you a dangerous object or a pet?
Yeah.
Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma.
He wasn't really straight.
We already went over this.
We've examined this already. Yeah, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his art. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to?
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win.
But
Jeez.
that's not the crime we're talking about here, okay?
All I do is crimes, and then you bring them up?
There's nothing on this table at all.
Oh, then why was it interactive?
Look, I've only been guilty of 1/3 of the crimes that I've been accused of.
The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after the roll.
A likely story. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Cosmo-san.
No. I'm not a magician.
I'm not a conjurer of cheap tricks.
I'm trying to help you.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut.
Someone dragged the chicken to kill Cosmo in his sleep? That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Definitely.
But he didn't eat
Still-
any, so it wasn't as smooth as they wanted.
Uh-huh.
Door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure.
Also, the inspector was clearly in the sailor uniform in the animation, yet we haven't seen the inspector.
Wait, Hosonaga?
Yeah, I pointed him out. Hosanaga was in a uniform.
Was he? I didn't even notice him.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
here.
I don't remember you pointing him out either.
I was blanking on his name, but yeah, no, Hosanaga was there.
Oh.
In a sailor uniform, which is just wild to
That's
me.
funny.
He got a new job. He quickly became captain.
What? Oh man, I hope he just finds like a new job and uniform at each new case.
Yes.
That
Okay.
is actually a gag that Ace Attorney has used for several of its characters.
That's incredible.
If you know Cardcaptor Sakura, Cardcaptor Sakura, Sakura's older brother is always just working random jobs and always just happens to be there. And it's like, what? Brother, you're here? When did you start working here? I don't know, just like the other day.
That's funny.
No wonder everyone suspects me.
His true
Where's it be
calling
like
is
that?
every calling.
Yes.
I feel tense all up and down my spine.
All up and down my spine.
Phew. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and a thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Wait, how do you know that trick?
He glares at me like that. I feel pins and needles all
I
up
thought
and
you
down my
weren't
spine.
even a law student.
books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way.
The statue, too.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over?
I
Wow.
guess. Just looks like some dude going like, "Huh."
Right?
Is that a Hulk Hogan figure? It's vintage.
Wait, what's the wrestler's name? El Tigre? What's the... From Ace Attorney.
From Ace Attorney?
I can't remember.
Oh god, my phone's dead, so I can't even Google it.
It's close to Praise the Sun. The arms aren't high enough, and the legs gotta be together.
It's not Praise the Sun, it's just Meh the Sun.
It's like, the sun's pretty cool, I guess.
It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once.
I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training. Do you think?
Is that what you call it? I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. way
Could
these
the wrestler
things-
you were thinking of be Amazing Ninetales?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, there we go. I thought he had a tiger mask for some reason.
Does have a tiger mask, from what I'm seeing.
Okay,
Despite Ninetales being a fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
The nine-tailed tiger, yeah.
Yeah, you know. You know the nine-tailed tiger. Everyone knows the nine-tailed tiger.
Tiger.
Yeah. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? We're on a fucking boat.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, things fall over sometimes.
I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
What are you doing, Renoskans?
Oh, that was my line.
Oh, well, there you go.
There we go. One for one.
Oh, did
That's messing with evidence. Why would you do
Wait, did she do that?
Yeah, Susato just did that.
And she
She's
did,
the
and
only
she
one that
told
can
him
confirm.
not to mess with evidence. The cross.
Wow. She's out
Hypocrite
to
much?
get you.
Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink.
Yeah, that purple ink over there.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor.
Yeah.
It says, Tapa Pop.
I was gonna, for some reason I just looked at that. It was like tadpoles.
Apple pop.
Tape Pop.
It's a pie pob, obviously.
I don't speak Russian.
iPods.
I don't know
He
how to
didn't take
read
his
Russian.
AirPods out.
Oh god, he can't hear him. He's got AirPods in.
Then I suppose he wrote this message by tipping his finger in the spillage.
That's my line. Oh god.
Oh, sorry.
Now you're pulling a me. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
You gotta ask the Russian guy to read it, right? That's where this is going?
I don't think that's Japanese. Naruhodo-san?
You think?
What? Really? And what language is it?
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. I kind of blanked when Herlock Sholmes said Russian.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Well, to be
Out
fair,
loud.
if I remember right, he didn't say it was Russian writing. He looked at the writing, saw it, and said something to the effect of, "Oh, it must have been Russian." I think he incorrectly assumed that Kazuma was Russian.
Yes, that was the conclusion he had. That Kazuma is Russian, but he could not have written the note on the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sherlock
Yes.
Holmes
Yeah.
said that he was
Yeah,
Russian.
he
Sorry,
said
Sherlock.
that the note and the writing on the floor were by different people, which is obviously incorrect now.
My dude, my guy, this is why you can't just make these big ol' like logical.
Unless the Russian writing was set up by the killer.
It could have been, yes.
We currently live in a Phoenix Wright universe where you don't have to worry about fingerprints.
Right.
So you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
No one can prove that those books were toppled over.
Although Sherlock Herlock had something where he could see handprints at least, so.
Yeah.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder?
Top people.
It's tadpole, obviously. Might be Russian or some kind of backwards, upside down English word.
That's a very large traveling case, isn't it?
Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
I was brought to this case inside that case.
Ah, yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese.
Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to do. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Do you have a concussion? Oh, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Alright. There's nothing. All this body is one unit.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. I can still smell him on it.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
It's like it's the nice smell of a good book, but also the smell of Kazuma.
Still there. Oh, it's still warm.
I can still feel his warmth on it.
London Diary.
Just go up to it like, that's him, all right.
He didn't even make it to his destination.
It looks as though his last entry is incomplete.
Kazuma Musk.
Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened?
But he didn't bother writing out, ah!
Yeah, he didn't write out, I'm dying.
Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue.
Hiya! That is out of the question.
What?
What?
Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. You can't just go looking into a girl's diary.
But if it's something important, something that might be relevant to the case.
Then he takes it to the grave.
Then I guess the case won't be solved, huh?
Alright, I won't read it.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Alright, not touching that.
Oh!
It's time for the big one.
Huh?
Let's just do that. Let's just get that out of the way.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator.
Oh, yeah?
A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yeah, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
Well, I mean, depending on how thick the wall is, there could be other...
That is true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that.
I suppose maybe that's it.
What?
Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be peeing.
Oh. Oh, I love that she's like legit looking there.
You noticed the man too, have you?
I'm not blind.
I have no idea who he is or how he got in here. But he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall.
Naruhodo-san, tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
I mean, we can't really see his
well-
face from this angle.
No, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he's investigating Kazuma's desk. Or is he just playing on it?
Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him.
Am I just imagining it? Or does Suzato-san look almost uncontrollably excited?
Oh, shit.
By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then, I say, tightening the angle of my scope. I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, please do.
She said it, not me.
Are you just gonna choose to ignore
Nah.
the man on the desk?
Well, but what about this wardrobe I was in, though?
But does the bed look comfy?
Yeah, look at how comfy that bed is.
Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Shall I
This ought to be you, Phil.
Yeah, I was gonna... Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. All the blood is rushing to my head. I'll think better this way.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly.
Yeah, perhaps it would be for the best.
Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long.
Jesus.
Do you want your exclamation just be Jesus?
Yes.
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now?
I wonder. Ah, I see. Fascinating.
Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me.
Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry? What?
And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh, well, that's true at least.
But how?
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining.
No, I want to know how you're such an idiot. Sorry. Have you managed to deduce anything else so I can know what to ignore?
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, You have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too.
I like that the statue looked like a little tiny man on his shoulder.
Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
You are a menace to society.
Just to be clear, you're talking about me, aren't you?
Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name.
I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
So it's true. It was you who did this.
Did you not listen to anything he said?
Oh my god, my girl.
What?
And you're plotting a revolution too?
Yes, in Afghanistan.
It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, listen. There's no way I...
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
This is ridiculous.
I think in her case, to be fair, it's probably less being dumb and more just admiring this guy too much.
It's true, yeah. How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously, comrade.
Oh, sorry. Forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You're just saying the first thing that came into your head.
Naturally. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself... Why do I keep tripping up on foreign climes? Is it... I think I might be trying to say familiar or something.
Right. Binding them somehow.
You do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not?
Well, yes, maybe.
Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm?
Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation.
Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude.
I'm so angry at this man.
And more often than not, I'm right.
Huh. I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. I've never seen that word. Is that, like, inimitable?
Basically, yeah.
Huh. Is inimitable incorrect? Is it actually inimitable?
Inimitable?
Inimitable? Huh.
Yes. So it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes.
The very same. The inimitable... Oh, God. The inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. Sorry, I said the actual name for a moment.
Do you know this man, Susato-san?
Yeah, the most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san. Yes, I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on, then?
We must ask ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this?
I want to. Oh, I can't with this man. I can't with this man.
I'll present the...
I went to college. Mr. Sholmes, what do you make of this?
Oh, what does he deduce?
Shh, quiet. When I'm ruminating in the course of my deductions, nothing must disturb my mind.
Oh, so sorry.
Especially not that throwing star of yours. Ah, an Indian curry, perhaps.
What's he ruminating about? The lunch menu?
What about the...
Yeah, what about the sticky stick?
I mean, might as well, right?
I mean, I figured that might be a thing I need to do later, but...
Well.
Ah.
I've never seen anything like this. Most extraordinary writing. You tore it off the wardrobe earlier.
You said the same thing earlier this morning, I think.
Indeed. But its uncommonness is so remarkable, I felt the need to say it anew. Yes, I do believe these characters may be a crude attempt at a Japanese script.
Rude?
What?
Mr. Naruhodo, I don't like to be the one to tell you this, but I think Mr. Sholmes is trying to say that your handwriting is a little untidy.
Is he making fun of me?
Oh wait, did Ryunosuke actually write this? I thought Kazuma wrote this.
I think Cosmo said, go make, if it makes you feel better, get a thing and have it say this.
Yeah, he had him write it down.
Okay, so I guess maybe Herlock was correct about them being different hands that wrote the two things, but still.
Yeah.
I think Herlock can read Japanese enough to tell that his Japanese looks like crap. Which I guess makes sense, because this is a ship going from Japan.
Yes.
Right.
So, you're a great detective, are you? Oh, sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Ooh, did you feel that copyright just whiz past? I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
Oh, that's fun.
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yeah, Randst magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interesting interest articles from Great Britain.
That sounds German too.
I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then?
Indeed I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward.
Did you just read my mind?
Backwards?
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer, do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Dr. Wilson?
Does he not know he's dead? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. These poses. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form.
My dad got really horny for science.
Are you shagging my dad?
Really? Are you my new dad?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin! All these things are data. Data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can you look me in the eye?
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. 'Twas none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
When I became anxious about Cosmo-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself amongst their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto.
Ah,
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
oh really? 2 facts, you say?
Yes, one, Kazuma was dead.
Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, yes, I understand, but what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape from the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
I do number 2 with 1 finger.
Oh god.
Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. It says tadpole in Russian. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think... Oh, not you.
Do you really think Cosmo-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling the head. For this young man, Russian.
Cosmo was Russian, was he?
Russian to an early grave. Initially, I considered
Ooh.
Godrob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert God, perhaps. Alright, good night, Christy. Hope you had fun. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there, at least. Where you... Oh, that's you.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
I don't get it, period. Hey, mister.
Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And clearly Russian, as everyone on this ship except myself is. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Oh.
I've seen it at their academies, quite frequently.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea Detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
This
was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes, Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. It is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
What is he holding in his hand?
I mean, it could just be a clenched fist. I don't see anything being held. But...
He's probably holding something.
Probably.
I mean, not to draw comparisons to the second case of the first game, in which somebody died, wrote a fake message on the floor, and had a thing, like a vital clue hidden in their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Photograph presented to the court record. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray?
No, I want to ask you something. You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that.
Ah, yes. The train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
That Trans-Siberian train of reasoning. Would you mind explaining?
I like to think of it more as an orchestra.
Would you mind explaining that reasoning to me, do you think?
I don't know how to read that. Certainly, if it interests you.
How many times I'm not Russian and I don't speak
You haven't said that. You have not said, I'm not Russian.
Well, I mean, he did say it to Susato to be like, hey, Herlock Sholmes doesn't know what he's talking about. He thinks I'm Russian. But maybe Herlock Sholmes wasn't paying attention to that.
You think this man pays attention to anything?
Remember how Susato was talking about how when she was trying to figure stuff out, sometimes she didn't look at other things? That's definitely what's going on here with Herlock.
You know,
he's a little tunnel vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just an obscene number of buttons on this man.
Oh yeah. Wait, what are the ones on his shoulder even for? Is that just like, I guess the top is like a lapel or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lapel for your lower shoulder.
Yeah, I guess.
The worst part is that clearly, like, the sort of trench part of the jacket is removable.
Yeah, no, yeah, actually, yeah.
Based on all this.
It is, yeah.
But he took the trouble to put the bandolier over and then put the trench part over.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just looks incredibly difficult to move in. Also, now I'm just looking at like the outline of his like,
I feel
arm
like
and stuff.
I feel like having the belt over the trench part might be more difficult. Like it, I don't know.
It would just, yeah.
I mean, you could fasten it in pretty much anywhere with all of these buttons. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
Here's the thing, though. The reason why that little flappy up there on top of his shoulder, that button, is so that you can, in fact, feed a thing through and keep it secure so that it doesn't slide off the controller.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what those were for. Then it should be over on top of that to go through one of those, huh?
Yeah, although there's probably one underneath as well.
Probably. He's probably got like 4 lapels.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, looking at the outline of his like arm and stuff through his sleeve. Is our boy Sholmes, like, really jacked here?
Probably.
Could be, yeah. It does look skin tight for most of it.
And I think you can see, like, his chest muscle and his, like,
Yeah.
shoulder muscle.
Oh,
through
yeah.
I think that qualifies him for himbo status.
He probably knows how to fight.
He's the dumbest himbo, the best himbo.
I think he gets a himbo card.
Probably.
I think he's a card-carrying member of the Union now. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean.
Ah, the now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other details I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part.
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. 'Twas fairly commonplace. I really
You got
messed up
this.
that sentence. Wow. I thought I knew what the words were, and then I realized I didn't know what the words were.
You
not
went in so
correctly deduce it.
confident, and then nope.
It was a fairly
You really are
commonplace
channeling
deduction.
Sholmes.
Yeah. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. It was the lady again! She was going to Shanghai!
Yeah. Yes, she was.
It was the lady again!
Since when was Cosmo Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
'Twas a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik!
No! How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Please.
And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
That last one hasn't actually happened yet, but it's on his to-do list. Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to do interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder.
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place.
Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you.
Can you please just tell him? Just tell him he's wrong.
I've absorbed all of it. I have absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Therefore, you are the rubbish bin. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't.
Ah, more things for the Russian guy to read.
But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just glance at the article. maybe there might be a picture or two.
But why would he need help translating it if he speaks Russian?
No,
He just said to you, you might need help translating it.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean now.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her.
Probably. I mean, we've never seen the top half of her face, but yeah.
No, but she's also associated with swans.
And Swan Lake Ballet.
Oh yeah, it is her.
Yep.
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruto-san?
No. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
Can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this.
I thought you were Russian.
Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you?
I don't know. I can't make sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article.
I just asked you to look at it.
Allow me to give you a short
Shoving
summary
her
of
away.
its contents. Yeah, just get out of the way. I need to talk to him about this.
He's one of those guys who shows you things and then just points really hard directly on the part he's trying to draw your attention to, so you can't read it through his finger.
Yeah. Look at this one.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Scholz.
Of course I do. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Like Pavlovian response?
Yeah.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It's funny because in Russian literature, they literally have, at least in English translations, the first page is a list of all of the character names with the intent that you tear out that page so you can continue reading the book and make reference to them.
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
So Sato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports, with sailings to Great Britain.
Oh my god, so it's her.
Hmm.
She fucking realized when the man didn't fall asleep. Oh god, why didn't he fall asleep? This chicken is clearly eaten.
Yep.
Sees him passed out inside of the wardrobe with the sign saying to keep out. Is like, oh, okay. And then uses the finger to write wardrobe.
Yeah, no,
because she can read Japanese.
Yes. She's framed him for a second time, it feels like.
Yeah. As revenge. Hey, could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruto, though.
You know about 2 Russians, Ryunosuke, come on. Well, 3 if you count the sailor, I guess.
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes. The victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim.
We move now to the recycle bin.
Look at the peculiar wallpaper he has on his desktop. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary. Cosmo was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
Naturally. It's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is.
Yep.
Nah, she's head over heels with this man's.
Susato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of the trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair.
This is so infuriating to me.
Anyway.
This is hitting on Jordan knows how much stories like this bother me to my core.
It's only getting you because you're the accused again.
Again.
Yeah. Anyway.
If you weren't the accused and he was just a dumb imbo, it'd be one thing.
Yeah. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikado, Nado Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed.
Wow.
I also know.
Wow.
Baka.
I get that one all the time. I assume it's handsome.
Baka.
Baka. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none.
What was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
Cat? Are you gonna hop up?
He's contemplating.
He's reared back on his feet 3 times.
No,
There we go.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
Whistling sound.
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band, you say?
Speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that expression before.
The
I
ventilator
only listen
grill,
to
you say?
speckled bands.
What?
I only listen to speckled bands these days. You probably haven't heard of them.
The man was presumably referring... to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin.
Yes, the adjoining cabin.
Alright. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go? My cabin's like down the hall.
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think perhaps that we could go with you?
No. That'd be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
Simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer.
Oh, please.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No?
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided.
Is
I
this
would have-
gaslight?
I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, oh,
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really.
what? Were you looking at my knees before? Real detective you are.
Well, anyway. That was then, and this is now, and you're handcuffed, so you can't come with me.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude.
Really, don't. There's already a cat there.
Two cats can't occupy the same spot.
No. It's against the laws of physics. It's not possible.
Nah.
And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's...
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate like a good little doggy?
Woof. Choice the rolling over part.
We already established you eat your food on the floor like a pet. And you are a pet, because that's one of the two things.
Yeah.
I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Great idea.
What else?
I missed something.
Did we look at the wardrobe yet?
No, we haven't. Because Herlock Sholmes
Yeah, that's the
showed
only
up.
thing I can think of that we haven't looked
I
at.
think
yet.
looking at the ventilator triggered
Yeah.
Sholmes because they have to make sure you looked at the ventilator
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
Situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still some things I can do to help myself.
Actually, it was probably a combination because he references getting flipped, so it was probably you had to.
Oh yeah, you had to have looked at the. Maybe it was the next thing you looked at after the diary.
Hmm.
Or maybe it was the diary and the ventilator.
Yeah, I think it might have been the diary and the ventilator.
And I owe it to Cosma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice.
Just like what's written on the wall there.
There's another person.
Is that?
Yes it is. Here
Oh, it is him.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing there by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir? Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah,
What can I do
okay.
for you?
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
Yep, nope, it is.
It is!
Stop getting your tuberculosis all over me.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
Wait, we should see blood this time. They're on his sleeve.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything to wipe it up with.
Hello again.
That's why I keep my arm like this, so no one sees my bloody sleeve. What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped, and then I coughed up blood.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship.
Again?
Well, you want to bet that all of his special orders are bullshit, and he's just making it
Yeah.
up.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
I never I never expected to see this inspector man on board.
I never expected to see this Expector.
But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation.
Converse.
So what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yeah, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
Well, I'm undercover, aren't I?
I just told you. I'm so sorry. That's classified.
No.
This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
You're the murderer?
You're... for what?
My orders were to act as Usagi-san's bodyguard.
Oh. Interesting.
It was Minister of Justice Jikoku. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. He pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Usagi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Well,
Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility?
I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jikoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day.
I mean, that's clearly not true.
Except when he was in his room. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here in the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Osagi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
So, if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word.
We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer.
Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door, please, Daddy. I mean, sir.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin, Daddy.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking hunk of a seaman will surely snap your neck in two.
Nah.
I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with? Do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
Wow.
But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me to your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you had already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select
Present.
panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I may know what we can use. Okay.
Dear diary.
Do we go with speckled band, or do we just go with the paper seal again?
Well, it's the reason to investigate the other room.
So it'd be a speckled band.
The thing specifically about the other room is in the diary, right?
What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin.
That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
All right then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. Just like I was supposed to guard your friend. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain.
My life,
After all.
the length of my life isn't that long anyway at this point.
Yes, it's not actually that big a deal for me. I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move, and we can leave this cabin at last.
Woo. All right, let's see what we can find out.
We're about to hit a 3-hour point. Do you want to save and...
Yeah, let's look at the new area and then save.
Yeah.
I think is a comfortable stopping point.
Yes.
Duh. Makes sense to me.
Yes.
Seems perfectly reasonable.
There's a mouse-trap.
Oh, is that what that is?
That is an intense mousetrap.
That is a very Russian-looking mouse.
What is that? The bait, or is that like yellow round thing? The bait, or is that part of the mousetrap?
No, I think that's a big old hunk of cheese.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good
This was fun.
Yeah,
We finally finished the first case, and now we're on. And now we're framed for murder again.
Wouldn't you know?
I'm pretty sure the snake did it.
I think so.
You know?
I think it was the speckled band snake.
Wait.
What?
It wouldn't give you the answer right at the very beginning.
I mean, it could be a snake venom, yeah.
It could be.
It could be a snake venom because she does use poisons. However,
It could be a bluff, or it could be a
wondering-
double bluff.
it could be that it's not a band, like it was actually a band that he saw, insofar as it could have been the tiara.
Speckled band, speckled with like the light. It has diamonds on it.
You know, it could be. I don't know though.
That's a very...
Do you think he might have seen
maybe.
that? Might have seen it hidden up in the ventilator,
Maybe.
Yeah.
in the adjoining room.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know necessarily if you shoved it up there that it was in that the adjoining room would be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Huh.
All right. I'm gonna end the stream now.
Yeah,
Good night,
yeah.
internet.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, internet.